batten down the hatches! Arr! Oh, hi, Islanders. Welcome back. We're so glad you're here. You caught me playing pirate. Okay, well, do you remember yesterday what we talked about? How God is great and the number 1? Remember that? So what do those two things have to do with each other? Right. God's the only one God, the only true God, and He is great. And we learned that yesterday in our Bible verse. So we've got to do something fun now with some paint. We're going to have Luau Lou come over here and show you a neat mystery trick.
Right. We're going to paint over this blank piece of paper, and we're going to see what happens. I'm not sideways enough. What is showing up here? I don't know. Keep looking.
We're starting to see
Get
it.
your periscopes up so you can see. I'm starting to see something.
Ooh, me too.
What do you guys see? What do you see?
I think I see the letter O. You guys see that? Awesome. You know,
I wonder what an O has to do with God. Well, there are 3 big words about God that start with the word omni. And the word omni starts with what letter? Oh, that's right. O, omni, means all. Did you know God is all-knowing, all-powerful, and all-present?
all right. So God knows all things. Let's see if we can find, I'm going to turn our treasure map around for you guys. I don't know if you can see it or not, but if we're following along our trail, we come to Octopus Inlet, and that is a big letter O right there. Can you guys see that on the map? Cool. So what we're learning is that God knows all things. He knows how many blades of grass there are. He knows how many clouds are in the sky. He knows the name of every star. He knows what's on top of every mountain and the bottom of every ocean. He knows all of it. He knows what you're thinking right now. He knows what you said this morning. He knows what you're going to say tonight. He knows everything. So,
God has all the power in the whole world too. Nobody else has all the power in the world, only God. He can make it snow or calm a storm. He can heal someone who's sick or make someone's eyes work that are blind. He creates every animal and every person. He can do anything He chooses.
And God is everywhere at the same time. He's with us here right now, and He's with you where you are. He's with your friend that you can't be with right now because you're social distancing. He's everywhere. Nobody else can be everywhere at the same time, can they? No, only God. But a man named Jonah, well, before I tell you that, we can't go anywhere to get away from Him. That's one thing we need to know too. We can try and say, I don't want to be with you today, God. I don't want to do what you want. But we can't ever get away from Him. He's always with us. And we're going to learn about somebody named Jonah who found that out the hard way. I'm going to look in my handy dandy treasure chest right here and get out my Bible again. My friend's hanging out on top again here. We're going to get him out of the way. So yeah, we're going to go to a book of the Bible in the Old Testament called Jonah. So we're going to learn about Jonah, okay? You guys ready?
Our account starts with God telling Jonah to go to a place called Nineveh. Let's point over here to Nineveh. God wanted Jonah to go there because it was a bad city and the people didn't know about the one true God. So Jonah was supposed to go and tell them God wanted them to turn away from their sin. But Jonah didn't want to go there. He didn't care about the people who live there. Let's point over here to Tarshish. Jonah paid some money and got on a boat to go to Tarshish. Let's go over here and get on this boat.
Well, the boat started out. Let's pretend we're rowing the boat. See if we can get it out to sea.
But the Lord sent a big wind and storm on the sea.
Oh. The sailors were really afraid because they thought the storm might break the boat to pieces. Can we all pretend like we're really afraid? Can you do your afraid faces?
They started throwing all the supplies off the ship to lighten the load. Let's watch them throw the supplies off the ship.
Well, we don't need a Grinch. We don't need shoelaces. Boop. Ocean.
No, I think I'm gonna keep that. During this whole time, guess where Jonah was? Asleep. The captain went and got him up and told him to call on God. You see, the sailors realized the storm had come about because Jonah was trying to get away from God. Jonah knew God had sent the storm because Jonah was trying to run away from God. But you can't run away from God, can you? He always knows where you are. So Jonah told the sailors to throw him overboard and God would stop the storm. Let's pretend to throw Jonah overboard.
Bye, Jonah.
Now when I say stop, everyone get quiet right away. 1, 2, 3, stop! Guess what happened to Jonah when he fell in the sea? God sent a big fish to swallow him. Can you imagine being in the belly of a big fish for 3 days and 3 nights? That's where Jonah was. Do you think God knew Jonah was there? Yes, God knew because God knows everything at all times. He knows where we are, and He's even with each person all the time. If you're hiding under your bed, God knows and is there. If you're hiking in the woods, God knows and is there. If you're at daycare or school, God knows and is there. If you're playing hide and seek, God knows and is there. Wherever you are, God knows and is there.
So God knew where Jonah was. Jonah thought he was dying. He didn't know that God was taking care of him. So then he prayed, and God heard his prayer, and God told the fish to go and throw him up onto land. Can you imagine that? A God who knows and sees us and can make a fish throw up somebody, swallow them, do all those things. He can talk to fish. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? Our God is pretty amazing.
I've got a question for you. Do you think anything is too hard for God? No, nothing's too hard for God. As the Bible tells us, He can do anything He wants to. Do you think it's hard for God to make a star or a planet? No.
Is it too hard for God to see in the dark?
No.
No.
Is it too hard for God to stop a storm or put a rainbow in the sky?
No. Is it too hard for God to make a person? No. He made all of us, didn't He?
Yeah.
Is it too hard for God to bring Jesus back to life?
No.
No, He did that for you and for me, didn't He?
God is almighty. He is all the might in the world. He is our amazing, all-knowing, all-powerful, always present God. And the great news is He's also kind and loving and cares about us. So He always uses His power for our good. It would be a little scary if God had all power, but He wasn't kind and loving. But He is. He's a wonderful God. Let's call on Sunny and hear a little more about this. On the count of 3, let's stand up and call our puppet pal. Ready? 1, 2, 3, Sunny!
Hi, everybody!
Wow, hi!
How are you all doing?
Oh my goodness! Goodness sakes, what in the world are you wearing?
This is my superhero costume. I'm pretending to be Pop-Tart Girl!
Oh my goodness! What are you pretending you can do?
I have the power to stop a speeding train
fun to pretend. But you don't think you really have superpowers, do you?
I like Pop-Tarts. No, I don't. But Spider-Man does. Have you seen how he can spin those webs and go from building to building? Woo!
Yeah. Well, guess what? That's just pretend too. The superheroes on TV, in the movies, and in your computer games are just make-believe. They aren't real.
Aww. So there's nobody who has superpowers for real?
Yes, there is. There is one. Only one.
Who? Oh, I bet it's Elastigirl.
No.
No?
No.
Maybe Aquaman?
No. Remember, those are just pretend. But the one with true superpowers is God. God isn't like anyone else. God can do anything.
Like what?
Well, he knows everything. He's never had to go to school to learn anything. He's known everything forever.
You mean God has never learned anything new?
That's right. We're learning new stuff all our lives, and even then, we only know a bit of all there is to know. But God always has known everything. He knows how many drops of water come to earth in each rainstorm. He knows where each bird is and how many feathers it has. He knows when an ear of corn is picked on the other side of the world. The Bible said he even knows when you sit down and when you get up in the morning. Every day. He knows when you go to bed. He knows what you're going to say before you say it. He even knew you before you were born because he made you.
Wow, what an awesome God! He's fantastic! Ah!
Yes.
I can stand it!
And God not only knows everything, but he has the power to do anything he wants to do. He's loving and kind. So, of course, everything he does is for a good reason.
What kind of power does he have?
He has the power over the weather. He has the power to make it rain or stop raining, send a rainbow, or make a beautiful sunny day. He has the power to heal boo-boos and sicknesses. He has the power to come back to life. He can come back to life after he died. He has the power to forgive us when we sin, and he even has the power to make animals, plants, and people out of nothing.
Wow! That's incredible! Wow! That's so
Yeah.
cool!
Yeah, that's cool. He is also everywhere at the same time.
You mean God is here and God is across the world with the boys and girls there too?
Yep. The Bible tells us if we go to the highest spot, the lowest spot, the farthest spot across the world or anywhere, God is there. He is even deep, deep down in the sea where Flip the flapjack octopus lives. It is pitch black down there, but God knows where every creature is, including Flip.
It's really, really great news that God is always with us. Wow! Oh, there's something to remember when I get scared and feel alone. That's good things to know. Wow!
Remember that you are never, ever alone, Sonny. You can't see God, but he's there loving you and watching over you.
God is great. God is good. God is almighty.
Yes, he is both great and good all the time. If we are his children, we can know he's our kind and loving Father who is always with us and knows all about us.
Okay, Islanders, you ready for a quick review of our time together today? Great. Okay, so I'm going to ask you a question, and you might need to cheat and look at my two posters here to find the answers, okay? All right. Ready? You're going to fill in the blank at the end, and every time you get an answer, we're going to get up a little bit bigger, and a little bit bigger, and a little bit bigger. Can you guys do that with me? I need you to do it at home too, okay? All right. Thumbs up. All right. Our animal pal today is Flip the Flapjack what? What is he? He's an octopus. That's right. So we want you to get up a little bit more. Can you do that? Okay, next one. Our Bible verse says, is anything too hard for me? That's right. Is there anything too hard for me? Who says that? God says that, right. Okay, next one. How much does God know? What's the answer? He knows everything. Can you guys get a little bit taller? Good job. Okay, next one. How much power does God have? All power. He's got all the power in the world. Can you get up a little bit more? You're going to be like standing up by the time this is done. You guys got this. Okay, where is God right now? Do you remember? He's everywhere. He's everywhere at the same time. He is so awesome. Okay, guys, you got it. You should be standing up because that was the final answer. So, we'll see you tomorrow. Love you guys. See you back here. Hi, Islander friends. Guess where we are? We are in my special prayer place. Can you guess where it is? I'm going to move the camera. That's right. We're in my closet. Sometimes, when it's really crazy and I can't find a place to go and be alone with Jesus, I will come in my closet because I can be all alone and just get together with Jesus and talk to him like my best friend. So, sometimes I'll turn on my lights. Can you see this? I don't know if you can see them. And I'll sit down here on the ground. And I've got a little prayer calendar here that I follow. And sometimes I write out my favorite Bible verses. And I'll pray for different places all through the world that maybe don't know about Jesus, or maybe they do know about Jesus, but they're trying to tell other people about Jesus. So this is like my favorite special prayer place that I come sometimes. And maybe you can find your own special prayer place too. So I have a prayer for us to end our day today. I hope that you learned a lot about Jonah and that it was a good day for you too. Okay, you ready to fold your hands and bow your heads and pray with me? Okay, good. All right, let's do it. Dear Jesus, we love you so much. We all praise you for knowing all things, for being everywhere, all over the world at the same time, and for having all the power. You are so awesome. Thank you for every one of my Islander friends. Please bless them and their families as they learn more about you this week. Thank you for your word, the Bible, your love letter to us. We ask all of this in your name, Jesus. Amen. All right. We'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have a good night.